So I'm going to end there, but before I move on, I'm going to create a folder called Cams. And then I'm going to drag my hex cam in there. And that helps me organize things. Okay. Now here's a trick that third period helped me with. So every time you make these 6 cams, you're going to have to define those configuration variables at the very beginning every single time. So what was suggested is instead to right-click on a cam that we've already made and duplicate it. And then go in and delete everything. So delete the part. And then in the feature list, delete everything here. And at the end of the day, oh, there's the sketch. So we'll delete that. If I hit P for planes and Shift 7, you can see I'm back to kind of a normal brand new file. And I've still got these configuration variables defined. Okay? So that way I don't have to make it new every time. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to rename it Cam Template. And also, well, I don't have part yet. And now I'll keep this in my cams folder, and whenever I need to make a new cam, I can just right-click, duplicate, come over, rename it. This is going to be a Snail Cam, and then I'm ready to go. I don't have to go and define these quantities again because they're already there. All right, let's take a look at the snail. This one, a little harder maybe, a little more complicated. So it's right here in the middle, in the center, and you can see that we start here. I think I made a bigger version of this. Let's take a look at this one. I know there's a lot of clutter there. So here's our snail cam. So we start right here and go straight up. We go a distance d over 4. Right. But then as we go counterclockwise around here, this radius gets bigger. And a little bigger. A little bigger, a little bigger, until it ends up, once it does a 360-degree rotation, it's twice as big. It's now d over 2 instead of d over 4. So how can we handle this? One way is to put this thing in terms of 16ths, right? We've got d over 4, and so that's 4d over 16 right here. And then to add on a 16th every time we go 90 degrees. So make this one 5d over 16, this one 6d over 16, and this one 7d over 16. And then the last one's going to be 8d over 16, but that's just d over 2. So that's the strategy. And then we'll get to the blue here for in a moment. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, refresh here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a sketch on the front plane. Press N. And I'm going to use lines to help me locate those points. So let me show you. So if I click line, and I click, I want this to be a construction line, so I'll click there. And I'm going to move up a distance d over 4. Oops. Right, this distance here, d over 4, or 4d over 16. And so I'll go nominal diameter, which is our name for d, divided by 4. Okay. Now I'm going to make another line, another construction line. It goes out this way. And its size is going to be, instead of 4d over 16, it's going to be 5 times nominal diameter n. And select it over 16. So that's a little longer. And let's do this one. Straight down.
Okay, what is the second line?
The second line right here?
Yes, that one.
What about it?
Like, what's the, like, nominal diameter over what number?
It is 5 times the nominal diameter over 16.
Nominal diameter over 16. Okay, thanks, I got it.
You're welcome. And now, let me make this construction line. This one is going to be, what, 6 times the nominal diameter, nominal dia, over 16. And finally, almost finally, the one that comes out at 3 o'clock here is going to be 7 times nominal diameter over 16. All right, we'll worry about the long one in a minute. But now what we want to do is start to create the outside of the cam. So we're going to use a 3-point arc here. And the idea here is that we're going to add these arcs, right? Because it has a radius, and we're just going to choose the average of this radius and that radius for the radius of this arc. Hope that makes sense. So we're going to make it 4.5 times d over 16. So that's just a wee bit bigger than that radius, a wee bit less than this radius, and so it's going to make a nice radius, nice curve for us. So we'll go to 3-point arc. Click there, click there, click there. D on the keyboard gives me dimension. So 4.5 times the nominal diameter over 16. Okay. Similarly, we're going to make this arc. Remember, 0.781 here is 5/16. The 0.937 is 6/16. This is going to be 5.5 times d over 16. And we'll place it and then dimension it. 5.5 times nominal diameter over 16. Again, here to here. 6.5 times nominal diameter over 16. Finally, we need to draw that other construction line, so I'll do that now from here all the way up to here. And I do want a construction line. So its size is 8 times nominal diameter over 16. Well, let's just go ahead and do that. It's going to be just d over 2. So 8 times nominal diameter over 16. And now I can finish up the perimeter of the cam by here, here, and this one is going to be 7.5 times the nominal diameter over 16.
And then you also want another line that comes down so that forms a complete shape.
That's right. I can't forget to have this vertical line here, which closes the snail. And that looks pretty good. So we'll just put in the axle. Remember, that's just press A and axle diameter should come up. We'll press enter. There it is. And if I extrude that region to a thickness of THK, there we go. Accept it. That looks okay, I think. P shift 7. Let's assign a material to it. ABS. Let's give it a color. Light blue, maybe. All right, and then we'll check out the mass properties. So what do we have? 702 for the volume. Let's see if I got that third period. Yeah, 702. So that's available for you to compare your work. Alright, so I want to make sure I come over here and name the part. I have my Part Studio named correctly. And I think it's in the cams folder, so I'm good there. Alright, so that's the snail.